Ja, wirklich. Aber wirklich hereingeschneit. Wären wir schon im Thema? War das schon die erste Frage?
So, is that the first question already with the snow? Tomorrow we are back at Allianz Arena for the Bundesliga game against Union Berlin. We got the press conference with Thomas Tuchel. And here's the first sign. Please, the first question. Against Copenhagen, a couple of players were injured. How are Choupo, Kim and Mazraoui doing? Will they be able to play? And the second question, Manuel Neuer had an impressive comeback. He now signed a new contract till 2025. How long would you say can he keep playing at goalkeeper? I think there are no limits for Manu as long as he feels the way he does and as long as he performs the way he does. He's in really great shape, so we shouldn't put any limits to it. He can stay in goal for as long as he wants. He's really impressive from the first minute when he came back into practice, and now the mix in between his
ha mostrado un rendimiento impresionante
habits and his
y yo creo que ya ha llegado a un
makes
nivel muy
him
alto
made him
y
reach
así
that
que
high professional level again.
no hay ningún
And now
límite.
to the injured
Bueno,
players, Choupo has
sí
the
que
green
va a
light for
poder
the practice. We hope that there will be not a
entrenar y
reaction from his
esperamos
knee,
no
so we expect him to be available. Same
reacción.
with
Jamal
Jamal.
también va a regresar
We're gonna have
y
him in
Minje
the
también.
squad. Minje will be
Y
able to play, and
Minus
Moose also
también.
has the green light
Ahora
after being
tiene
ill.
luz verde después de
So it
haber estado un
looks
poco
good, and it's gonna have a
enfermo
full
y espero
team at the
que tener
practice
muchas
court today.
opciones así mañana para el partido.
Against Copenhagen, you
partido
were
contra
rotating a bit. Now you have
Copenhague
5
hubo
games
muchos
till
cambios.
Christmas. Will you
Ahora
continue to
quiere
rotate
seguir
or
haciendo
have more
más
of a
cambios o quiere
fixed starting 11? I think the rotation was
volver al ritmo. Pues sí,
forced against
tuvimos que
Copenhagen.
hacer algunos cambios con
Then
Matis
we
y
have
Leroy.
Matis and Leroy.
El cambio de Matis y Leroy
And
para también
switch
mostrar un poco de
them,
solidaridad para
just to give Matis
también
a start. Leroy was ready and he would have been able to start. So Leroy is going to
ver qué
start
tal,
tomorrow
pero Leroy
against
va a
Union.
empezar mañana
That is clear.
contra el Unión,
And other
obviamente
than
eso
that,
está
there
claro
won't
y
be
yo
too
creo
many
que no
surprises
habrá
in our
muchas
lineup.
sorpresas en la
The players
alineación.
that had a
Los que
knock
van a
will be
volver
back, and
también tenemos que ver
we'll
cómo
we have to
jugamos con ellos
see that
y
we can switch.
ahora tenemos que ver que mostramos un
Because our last 2 home games
buen
against
rendimiento,
Heidenheim
un
and
mejor
Copenhagen weren't
rendimiento
our
porque los
best games.
últimos
Like you
partidos en
said,
casa
we
no
were
fueron nuestros
forced
mejores
to make a
partidos
couple of changes.
y
But now we
queremos
have to
jugar con
push
más
our speed
velocidad
and
y con más
be quicker
agresividad
in
también.
the next
Es lo que
games.
tenemos que mostrar.
Leon Goretzka
Goretzka
played as a central defender
jugó
against
en la
Copenhagen. Is that a
defensa.
position where you
Es una
could
posición que
imagine him
podía
playing for a
imaginar
longer period
para
of
Leon
time
Goretzka
in the
o que
long run, or
que
what is
es
his
su
best
mejor
position?
posición.
From your point of view, he
También
played as a number
jugó
10
como un
at the
10 en
youth
su
level. Is that also
juventud.
maybe something that you're contemplating? Well, yes, he's
ya
been
ha
playing
jugado en
that
varias
with us as well. You cannot
posiciones y
really
eso lo tenemos
rate
que
it high
valorar
enough.
mucho.
And
Eso
it
también
explains
explica que a
sometimes that our
veces
game is not as
no hay tanta
fluid. In the
fluidez.
day before,
Pero claro, cuando cambias a un
before the
jugador en
game, we
esa
were
posición,
pulling him back from the number
es
10
normal
on
que
the
también
left to the
pasa esto,
right-sided
pero
central
eso también
defender. He
muestra
can't do
su
that with too
flexibilidad
many
y sus
left-sided number 10s.
variables
So he
posiciones
has a lot of
y es
everything.
muy
He's very
variable, es muy
versatile. I
flexible.
think his best position
que
is as a box-to-box
Sí que
midfielder,
puede mostrar su
where he can
fortaleza en ser
show
rápido
his
y
running abilities. So
Y
he
yo
plays in
creo
between
que
of the 6, 8, and maybe
entre
a 10.
la posición del
So he
8 y el 10
can
es
make
su
those
mejor
runs into
posición.
the box.
Yo creo
Those
que
runs
sí
we
que
were
lo juega
missing
muy bien
against Copenhagen, but
y
he
lo vimos
really
también
does a good job. And so we don't
Copenhague,
have
y yo
to
creo que
think
no
about it
tenemos que
for too
pensar
long,
en si
because he's been
va a ser su
playing
posición para
very
el
well
futuro.
in
También
midfield
jugó
with
y hizo
Fonzie
muy
and
buenos
Leroy
partidos
on the left side.
en el
And so
centro
that's
y
where I see him
Leroy también.
playing.
Pero yo creo
But
que
it's clear as a
también
central
lo hizo muy, muy
defender,
bien
every
como
time he played there, he
defensa
was doing a good job.
interior, así que hay más opciones.
What's the situation with Jamal Musiala? Will he be
¿Qué es lo
ready
que
for the
podemos
weekend? And
esperar
what do
de
you
Jamal
expect from him?
Musiala? ¿Va a
Well, we hope that there will be no reaction at him. We were holding him back against Copenhagen, but I expect him to be in the squad for tomorrow. But it's only going to be available for a short amount of minutes. Hello, Mr. Tuchel. How did you see, we've seen you photographing a turtle where you should have documented your job, and why did you choose the turtle? Well, it just had to be a toy, and that was the only thing. So it didn't have anything to do with your job? Was it because I'm working just as quick as a turtle and it has that... Well, it was the first toy that I could grab at home. Two questions. Union Berlin has a new coach. Does it make it easier for you because they already had a game? Braga, just something that you can adjust to? Well, they've changed their shape. I don't know whether that will stay that way or it was just a temporary measure. They always play 5 at the back. Now it was a 4-1-4-1. And the game at Braga was a bit of a special game because there was a red card after 29-30 minutes. That's not ideal to make an analysis of a game, but we look into the games of the clubs where he was working before as a coach, and to find something. And then you have to say that there is not too much substance that we can rely on, so we have to concentrate on ourselves and improve on the things that we didn't do too well. I was just talking about the last 2 home games where we really have to up the ante a bit and concentrate on ourselves. And the other question, going towards the winter, you're gonna make a friendly against Basel. There will not be a training camp. What is the winter break going to be like? Are you giving the players a break? Are you going to go into the mountains? Well, I don't know whether we have the time to do it. We're going to give the players off, and then we start at January 2nd. We're going to play against Basel, and then on Friday we have the start into the new year in Bundesliga, and we want to give the players a bit time off and give them a chance to celebrate the new year with their families, and so we start at January 2nd. And so we're going to might be using the situation after the Hoffenheim game, because we have Friday and then Sunday to maybe travel into a more sunny region to get some vitamin D and have a different climate, spend more time together, stay longer on the pitch, have better opportunities to practice in smaller groups, and the players won't feel cold when we only have not so intensive drills. So we'll see whether that would be an option in between the Hoffenheim and, I think I'm right in saying it's the Bremen game. We're not going to be away for the whole week, but a couple of days maybe. Alphonso Davies has a contract till 2025. The new contract has been talked about quite a lot during the summer. How do you see his situation? Are you confident that you can keep him? There is arguably an interest at Real Madrid, and how do you see his performance? Well, he's a player from us. He's an absolute player in our starting 11 usually, and it doesn't change how the contract situation is. It's a matter for Christoph Freund and Jan Dresen, and I trust them to do what they have to do. Joe Fonzie knows that we rate him highly. He's really young, he's at the right place, he plays at the highest level very regularly, and he has the potential to improve and develop further, so I am completely relaxed and trust the responsible persons in our club. Well, tactically, against the ball, understanding of the game, when to actually bring his speed to the table and the consistency. Those are the things he can improve on in the games and in between the games. But he's a very young player. Let's not forget that, because he plays so often and for such a long time already, but there's still room for improvement as far as timing of his crosses and the precision is concerned, but everything on a really high level. So he's been playing here for quite a long time, constantly, and that is the most important thing for him, that we are rating him highly and he gets those minutes at the highest level. In the last couple of weeks, the management of the workload was a topic. Is it good to have now a full practice week, and will you use the Manchester United game to give players a break? No, I don't think so. We hadn't needed that against Copenhagen as well. There was enough time ahead of that Copenhagen game. That wasn't a matter of managing the workload, and we're not going to have that till the winter break. We're going to put our starting 11 for every game now, according to our opponent, according to ourselves, and the way we want to go about the game. And so the Manchester game is 100% part of that plan, but we're going to take it step by step, because we have Union Berlin on Saturday, and that we don't have midweek games doesn't make us happy, but we knew that since that evening in Saarbrücken. Going back to the under-17s, you said it's difficult to actually watch those games. Are you picking up the telephone? You got 4 players there and telling them anything? I know that we have done it. I think Christoph did it, Christoph Freund, and I think it's good. I don't want to do it extra and make a phone call ahead of the final. I think that would be pretty much too much. Obviously, we have been following our players, have watched the highlights. We know that they are the Panthers, and I think it's tomorrow at midday, and I hope that they're going to make the final step. To play a final, to win a final is something special, and is particularly if you win it, it's a whole different level. It's the same final like a European, like in the European Championship. Two very successful teams, and they find ways to win, and it's impressive. And we keep our fingers crossed for them to make the next step. But we're gonna not disturb them in their rhythm. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Die